All right. Okay. All right, we're live. Are we? Should I start? Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to iScience Video's first video of 2023. This is our live stream of a bunch of scientists on spring break by Peter Sinn Nachtrieb. So Peter Sinn Nachtrieb is a playwright who writes plays about mostly scientific themes, and I interviewed him, and that will be posted, the full version online, right after the magazine comes out. So here we have a group of different scientists and scientific practitioners here to read this lovely text. And we're going to start in a few moments. So this was written during lockdown so that it could be performed over Zoom, and that's what we're doing. So thank you so much for coming or watching. Thank you for streaming. And welcome to our reading of A Bunch of Scientists on Spring Break, which shall begin right now. A gorgeous Mexican beach on the Caribbean side. Fine white sand and a calm sea with only a light breeze. Palm trees. There's some good music playing. A bunch of scientists are gathered around some umbrellas. Maybe they rented a cabana. They are all wearing lab coats and glasses. They might not be holding them, but everyone's got a clipboard somewhere. 7 scientists are holding 3 shot glasses. One is filled with tequila, one with lime juice, and one with sangria. 2 other scientists are tossing a beach ball back and forth from opposite sides of the stage. Even more scientists may be added to the mise en scene depending on the size of your shelter cluster video posse. They can be engaged in any number of spring break activities such as dancing badly, wading in the water, playing in the sand, or using their social media to promote their personal brands. Whatever activity they are engaged in, they are doing it in their lab coats. The 7 scientists with drinks raise their glasses. The conversation has a brisk pace.
Cheers, everyone!
Cheers!
Cheers.
Spring break!
Cheers!
I don't know where that came from.
Wait,
What?
do you shoot the shots or do you sip them?
Shoot them!
No, just sip them.
I think you can do both.
No, just sip them, guys.
Shoot them!
Shoot the tequila, then the lime juice, then the reddish thing?
It's called sangria.
Yes, sip them.
Yeah, it's a sip. Sip some tequila, sip some of the other stuff. Repeat. I saw it on a show.
You can shoot the tequila if you want, though.
I'm not chugging lime juice.
What's the red stuff again? The red stuff?
Sangria?
Is it just tomato juice?
It's sangria.
Pulpy?
V8?
It's not V8.
So what is it then?
I didn't bring my chromatography equipment to break down the components.
Why don't you just use your tongue, silly?
Silly.
No, you're silly.
Oh, you save it for the lab, guys.
There's definitely tomato in there, but something else.
Orange juice.
Definitely citrus. And a spice?
Tabasco?
No.
Why not Tabasco?
Tabasco's from Louisiana.
I thought Tabasco was Mexican.
I think it depends if you're talking about the state or the brand or the pepper.
Yeah, be specific about your interrogation, people.
So nobody knows what's in this.
According to this study in the New England Journal of Medicine.
Stop! No studies on spring break.
I was kidding. Cheer, lighten up, scientists.
We are not scientists right now, Trevor. On this beach, at this time, we are whoever we desire.
I'm fine being Trevor, thanks.
If anyone's interested, in fact, sorry, the sangria recipe varies, but it's most commonly a mix of citrus juices, tomato juice, and some sort of spice. But yeah,
You know a lot about this drink.
yeah, I do.
That's still not enough detail for me.
Do you have an allergy?
No, I just like to know what I'm drinking. That's all.
Why don't you just enjoy the sum of its parts?
I could never do that.
Where's Albert? Windsurfing lesson.
Albert is
Is
windsurfing.
Albert windsurfing?
Emphasis on the lesson.
Is there even enough activation energy to windsurf?
You mean, is there enough wind?
I mean what I asked.
You always do.
It is why I got the grant.
No grant talk on the beach, please.
Oh, hey, has anyone heard anything from the latest round of NI?
Are we sipping or shooting or what? Because it's time we get this party started and this liquid gets in my mouth.
We're just trying to make sure we're doing it right.
How do you know what's right?
Well, what if we take 2 shots of tequila, we shoot the first one, and then we sip the second with the lime juice and the other stuff,
And greet her.
and then we can make a comparison based on evidence.
Interesting.
I'll get everyone a second shot.
Experimental design question, guys. Won't the first shot influence your experience of the second?
So,
Doesn't that bias the data?
Always a stickler, Brenda.
I am a scientist, Trevor.
what if half the group shoots first, and then the other half sips, and then we switch?
I'm down.
Right, you guys are going to be Group A, and we'll be Group B.
I won't drink, so I can observe.
Sweet.
What am I observing?
Taste?
Pleasure?
Significance.
Meaning?
Just observe what you can directly observe, sweetie.
Yes.
If we are in the shoot it first group, do we have to wait for the sippers to finish sipping before we start our sipping?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Oops.
Danny!
I was thirsty.
You're going to noise up the data set.
We're on spring break.
Stop saying that like it's an excuse.
It is the excuse. So before anyone says anything else, cheers, everyone.
Which group am I in? Am I supposed
Just
to
drink something.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Half the group downs the tequila shot. The other half vigorously sips from the 3 shot glasses. Scientist 7, who has grabbed her clipboard, aggressively tries to observe what's going on. As they sip, Scientist 8 glides by on a windsurfer, moving very, very slowly.
Juice!
Scientist 8 disappears on the other side of the stage. Scientist 2 has raised up a tequila bottle.
Now, who needs more data?
Scientists whoop! Lights down. Lights up. Time has passed. A lot of empty glassware is scattered about the beach, plus some full trays of new shots. The 2 scientists with the beach ball continue to play their beach ball game, with a slight bit more tipsy verve. The party is going off. Music is playing loud. The scientists are dancing and holding drinks. Everyone is a bit more loose and lubricated. Different conversations are happening as they dance. They all have to shout about the music.
And like when I told him what I did, I could just see his eyes go out of focus. Totally left the room, you know?
Funny.
That's awful.
It was like even though he wasn't physically pulling out his phone and ignoring me, he was pulling out his phone and looking at it in his mind.
Lay people are the worst.
Especially when you need to date them.
Where's my clipboard?
Is Albert back?
I think he's on a jet ski.
Albert knows how to jet ski?
I don't think so.
Oh, I hope he doesn't hurt himself.
Do you like Albert?
What? I'm just like concerned for his safety.
'Cause you love him.
I think you need some water.
Of course I need water. I'm a human being, God.
I can't find my clipboard.
I mean, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I love what I love and that I am who I am. I'm a scientist, and either you love me for that or get out of my apartment.
Amen.
I would do the same thing.
Let's just focus on dancing.
It just hurts sometimes, you know?
Oh, I know. I know.
I swear I left my clipboard right. Oh, thank God. There it is.
I love science. I love science so much.
We are lucky. We are so freaking lucky to do what we love.
Who wants to wrap me in toilet roll?
Yes!
Yes.
Scientists 4 and 7 begin to wrap him in rolls of toilet paper. Whoops. Scientist 8 jet skis by. Lights down. Lights up. More empty shot glasses. More time has passed. Scientists are drunk. A slow song is playing. A few scientists are still dancing with a heavier weight in their legs and more sway. Some are coupled off slow dancing, perhaps just using each other to stay upright, while others are slow dancing with themselves. They're all fairly clumped close together. The 2 scientists with the beach ball are still playing catch, but their throws are erratic, and neither of them is catching the ball anymore. Scientist 2 is passed out on a beach chair, wrapped up like a toilet paper mummy. Scientist 3 is clutching their clipboard and seems to have gone into some sort of crisis in her head. She's doing something on her phone. There's a bit more sluggishness to everything. A drunken heavyweight.
This day is still happening.
I don't have a care in the world right now. In this moment, I seriously don't care.
Where's Albert now?
I think he's parasailing.
That can be safe.
Why does Albert not want to hang out with us?
Sounds kind of nice to be just pulled round by a boat.
Everything sounds nice right now.
I love you all. I love you all so much.
I think I'm going to go home.
Jenna,
No.
There's a flight at 2, so I'll be home by 8 and in the lab by
No. You can't do this to us.
this doesn't feel right to me.
no, it's fine. Jenna, you are fine.
Yeah, you just need to chill.
Chilling makes me anxious.
Oh, honey.
Don't you feel anxious when you're not doing science?
No.
A little.
I feel this overwhelming burden to do something important for the planet, for humankind. It's up to me to discover something. The world is counting on me, on all of us, to make discoveries. And every time we're not actually working to discover something, that's more time before it gets discovered. We have to discover things. Discovering things saves lives.
anybody listened to us.
Which they don't.
Nobody listened to me.
My family listens to me.
They have to listen to you.
I have this recurring nightmare where I'm sitting on a beach just like this, and there are lots of people swimming when I see these dark shadows moving amidst the aqua blue, shadows of 100 stingrays that are zooming fast towards the swimmers, and soon I'm shouting at the top of my lungs, stingrays, 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 stingrays. And the swimmers just wave back at me and die.
I have the same dream, except for me, it's skiers and an avalanche.
Inner tubers and a waterfall.
Farmers and a pollinator collapse.
Innocence and a hot tub. What did I miss?
Jenna wants to leave.
Jenna! No!
I can't just sit here sipping or shooting tequila while the world is.
Jenna, whether you're on this beach or in your lab, I don't think the feeling of not doing enough is going to go away.
I know.
So try to enjoy a few moments of fun.
I guess I've never been fully comfortable with debauchery and reckless abandon.
I just read about a study.
No
Studies.
Shut up! It was a study that showed how reckless abandon has a reparative effect on neurons in the brain. So, Jenna, if you really want to discover something, that means you also might have to take some time to discover nothing. I also might have to throw up. Ugh.
But what if there isn't time? Because there isn't time. We are running out of time.
We should take our lab coats off.
Wasted.
Yes, I am. And so what? It's hot. We're on a beach. We're on vacation. And for those reasons, I think it's highly necessary for all of us to remove our coats of the lab.
No.
Yes.
No, but also yes.
If we all do it, it'll be okay.
Yeah, seriously,
This-
let's get out.
This is crazy.
Yeah, no pictures. It would ruin us.
Do we have enough sunscreen?
Guys, I'm really not comfortable with.
Scientists do this.
Oh,
I'm alive!
Oh,
oh, he is.
Hello, waist. Hello, sides of my body. Hello, upper arms.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wow, there's like so much more air around me. So much more air.
You know, that's not really an accurate statement.
Oh, you guys have to do this.
Forget everything you think you are and what you're about. In this moment, each of us is a creature on a planet who's here for a certain time, and all that you need to concern yourself in this moment is how to be happy, to be present, to enjoy with all of your senses this gorgeous feeling of of warm air around your body, while also avoiding injury or being eaten. And in this moment, while we're on spring break, we don't have to understand this feeling. We don't have to analyze it. We can just feel it. We can feel it until the feeling goes away.
Join us, Jenna.
But I'm terrified.
What a scientist, Jenna.
Can't believe I'm doing it.
Scientist 3
Oh.
takes off their coat.
Oh wow. Wow.
Feels nice, right?
Maybe too much.
Close your eyes. Open your bodies. Just feel it all. No control. Just observe. Take some deep breaths and feel.
All of the decoded scientists have their arms wide, heads tilted up, eyes closed. Maybe one of them is peeking. Even the beach ball scientists, theoretically, have stopped playing and are doing it. Scientist 8 floats above the stage in a parasailing contraption. End of play.
Dude, it's snowing. It's snowing on a beach in Mexico. And then we are here in Void. We are here.
The sun sets in the west. End. All right. So, that was a reading. So we're going to talk about the play a bit, I think. Obviously, we're not professionals, and it's Zoom. Things happen. Sometimes there's lags. But, yeah, we are a bunch of science practitioners, and it's a play about scientists. So, we're just going to talk. And if anyone watching this at home or in the library or wherever wants to submit a question, they are welcome to. But for the most part, does anyone want to weigh in on whether they can relate to any of the struggles that the scientists struggle with in this play? Anybody?
I would say this probably isn't the most helpful response, but no. I am fully capable of, like, you know, letting go of work time, and, you know, but maybe that'll come with age, or when I actually have a job or something. I don't know.
To those of us who are with us today who are PhD students, what's been your experience of feeling like obligated to take time off or not take time off? I'm curious.
I mean, I haven't had a holiday since I started my PhD.
That's wild. That's wild.
I mean, it's Jocelyn. I think that is very common while you are in your PhD, especially working on the lab, that you are not taking holidays. Like sometimes at least in my experience, sometimes I was forced to take holidays because just I was thinking that I was running late with my experiments and so on, and it wasn't true. It is just because you want to get the things done. And also there's like a kind of guiltiness sometimes about that, oh yeah, you're taking holidays, but it is important to have the balance between like your PhD life and your life, because at the end of the day, PhD is part of your life. It's not your life.
That's very valuable insight. It's interesting to hear those perspectives. Does anyone else want to weigh in?
Yeah, I think what I found quite difficult in the beginning, and I got better over time, was even when I took time off, the kind of reconnecting from work, because at least for me, it was quite easy to kind of still thinking about work when not working, and that's not always helpful, because it's generally like you might be away but you're still like anxious or stressed. So yeah, I kind of finding tools that help you to do kind of genuinely take time off and rest and do fun stuff is important, and can be quite hard to kind of like find that balance of how to do that, because it's not like any other job where like someone is doing your work when you're not on holiday. You come back to exactly where you left. So even on holiday, you can constantly be thinking about that moment where you go back.
I think if I could just add to that as well, academia and especially STEM kind of rewards overworking as well, especially during a PhD. You kind of feel like you have to be the best like PhD student who has ever existed, I think.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to weigh in?
And there's, related to what scientist 7 said, it is that I totally agree with her point, because like there's a kind of romanticism behind your overwork, and that it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. Well, that's fascinating. Okay, so the next question I wanted to ask was, I know this play is sort of, it's almost not a satire, but it's a bit of not so much a farce, but sort of stereotypical in ways that scientists are depicted. Has anyone found, like with the wearing the lab coats all the time and stuff like that. And then I think it's pretty blatant that the symbolism in taking them off is letting go. But has anyone dealt with sort of that stereotyping of, oh, you're studying a science at an advanced level, so you must be, like kind of a dork and wear your coat like all the time? Any sort of assumption? I was curious.
I think there are a lot of stereotypes in general about scientists, particularly demographic stereotypes as well. But yeah, I think demographics aside for a moment, even just sort of how you behave, I think sometimes we can all, I'm going to say we, because then that sounds less insulting. We can all maybe slightly take ourselves a bit too seriously sometimes and kind of forget the bigger picture.
Interesting. Does anyone else want to weigh in?
I can.
Sure, why not?
I would agree with that, but I'd say that in recent years, at least, because you see it in films and TV series where it was always like the science kids that were all like the nerdy ones, but I think like in modern day is kind of being smart. I'm going to say being smart, but I don't mean that people who do humanities aren't smart. I just mean like being nerdy is slowly becoming like cool. So I don't know. I get sometimes maybe you take yourself too seriously. Not you, we take ourselves too seriously. But yeah, I think at least today, like how scientists, at least in school and uni, are perceived is on a positive trajectory at least. But maybe that's just my experience.
Cool. Yeah, that's been my experience too. All right. So, Minnie, do we have any commenters from the audience? Nope. Okay. Well, in that case, let me just check if... Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, to everyone watching at home, from the library, wherever, thank you all for coming to our very, very chill reading of a bunch of scientists on spring break. If you want to check out more plays by Peter Sinn Nachtrieb, and they're all very fascinating and a lot. They pretty much all are about scientific themes. You can check out his website, which we will link to. And if you want to read the interview that I did with him, you can also check for that on the iScience website. When the new issue comes out, Coral, when does the new issue come out? Iman?
Hopefully,
there?
hopefully by the 14th.
Yes, by the 14th.
Hopefully.
Fantastic. Great. So, yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching at home, and we hope you enjoyed this madness. Have a wonderful evening if you're watching from the UK, and if you're watching from the US, hi, Mom. I hope you're enjoying whatever gluten-free thing you're eating. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks.